Hello there, my fishy friends. My name is Peter, and in today's video I'm going to teach you a little bit about how I fight and land salmon. So I started the video off with a hook set. I have a Chinook on, kind of an average size one, probably around 10 pounds. And you can see that the way I fight these fish is I put a lot of pressure on them. I'm pretty good about knowing the breaking strength of my 12-pound leader, and I put as much pressure on that 12-pound leader as that gear allows. What that does is it makes the fish sprint. It makes it swim harder than it can actually breathe. So that fish pretty quickly goes anaerobic. It's just like a person sprinting. You can only sustain it for a very short period of time. So I'm not trying to tire the fish out. I'm trying to get it winded. The other thing I'm trying to do is get the head of the fish to break the surface of the water. So as soon as that fish breaks the surface, they can't breathe effectively and they often stop struggling. So that's kind of a twofold approach. Fight them really hard, and as soon as that fish breaks the surface, it can't breathe anymore and it gives up. Now normally at this point I would just pop the hook and flip the fish back into the water without any handling whatsoever. But I was filming and I wanted to show you guys the fish just a little bit so you get an idea of what it was. So this bit of handling really wasn't necessary, but as you can tell, super quick, 2-3 seconds out of the water and that fish is off. Total fight time, about 1 minute and 20 seconds. That's all it takes for a Chinook usually. If you've been following my channel for a little while, you know that I do these watch me catch fish videos very infrequently, and there are a couple of reasons for that. Main reason I think is I really don't want to blow up fishing spots. No matter where I film, that spot is somebody's favorite spot and I don't really want to draw attention to it. That's why this video is being posted after the salmon season is done and over with. So this actually was taken mid-October sometime. We had this big thunderstorm roll in, and this is just the tail end of the thunderstorm. And it's actually the first time, I think, this fall where we got a decent rain and the fish were really biting. Now that is another reason why I don't often post these kinds of videos, is because it can create unrealistic expectations. So it's not really very often where you're getting a bite every drift like I was getting this evening. Most of the time it's much more of a grind. So if you're not catching fish, don't get frustrated with it. So I put some fresh roe on that hook, some fresh coho roe, and the very next drift a fish on. You can tell immediately that this is a coho on the line. As soon as I set the hook, that fish starts thrashing around really violently. It's breaking the surface, it's giving these massive head shakes. Only coho fight like that. And when I have a coho on, it's much the same as with the Chinooks. I'm not trying to tire that fish out. I'm trying to make it go anaerobic, and I winch them in as quickly as my gear allows. A coho, every second that it's on the line, gives it a second to do something quirky and get away on you. So this fish, as soon as the head breaks the surface, it's coming in the net. Now at this point I'm checking to see if it's hatchery or wild. A wild fish would not come out of the water at all. But seeing that it's a hatchery, I brought it up to show you guys. I was gonna take it out of the net and show it to the camera while it was still alive, but I quickly realized this fish had way too much fight left in it, so I changed my mind. A little worried that fish was going to end up back in the river somehow. Well, I don't want to drop this fish. I don't want to put him out of his misery. You get the idea. So I dispatch these fish with a quick sharp blow between the eyes, and I use a rock or a stick, whatever's handy. It's important to hit him right between the eyes. That's where the brain is, and that kills that fish quickly and humanely. There, that's a nice coho. It's I don't know, maybe a 6-pounder. No world record, but
happy to have it.
The next step is to take it down to the water, cut through the gills and the arteries to the heart, and bleed that fish for optimal quality. So yeah, that's about it. Thanks for watching. See you next time.